Hi everybody, it's me again, and how's everything going for you? Getting ready for Halloween, getting ready for the cold winter, or am I not allowed to say winter? Oops. Well, anyways, I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on TikTok. Actually, not entirely TikTok, but I'm gonna briefly talk about my thoughts on TikTok and, one of the things I seriously dislike about it. Now, before anybody talks about it or anybody gets mad in the comments, I'm just gonna say, yes. One, uh, a couple of my videos are short enough for TikTok and probably are on there. I have no idea. I don't have a TikTok account, and for the time being, at least, I don't want to get a TikTok account. I, but I will also say that, yeah, TikTok is not evil. I don't think it's evil. I had to get around to that. But yeah, I I personally just am not a fan of TikTok, mainly because, well, with YouTube, you can make it as long as you want, or you can make your videos as long as you want, but with TikTok, you only have a few seconds or a minute at most to make your video, which, okay, I think some of them are cool. I like the ones that make people laugh. I like the chances that they could show cute videos. I or even just funny videos. I make somebody's day. That's the way I like I seeing that invention getting used. But I'm not going to hold back on what I do not like that it's being used for occasionally. I do not like it when people use TikTok as their only source of research on a few matters. And with three matters at least, it's come up for me. And it's frustrated me to no end. Because, aside from the fact that, well, TikTok's just a few seconds. How is that all the research you're going to get? Are we being lazy about it? I mean, I get that reading is tedious. I don't entirely like it myself, but um, you got to look things up, not just rely on one source. For for all your research. Heck, don't rely just on YouTube either for all your research. You gotta look deeper. You gotta look and see where all the subjects align, or see if for this particular subject all the research you find aligns with it. And so that might mean looking for more videos, looking for articles, or finding a few books every now and then. Um, but yeah, I here are the three subjects so far that almost turned me against TikTok, and why I do not plan to have a TikTok account for the time being at least. First one, the Cracker Barrel accusations. I I know that it's not just TikTok, but most of the times whenever I told for at least 2 years I worked as a hostess at Cracker Barrel, and whenever I told some of my friends and new coworkers at Panera Bread where I worked at, they would always ask me if my store was into racism. And when I heard this was completely news to me. And I asked them, where did you hear this? And TikTok was their answer. And I do get it. There are articles that defame the store. Whether or not it's rightfully so or not, I will not debate that, because that's not what this video is about. If you had your experiences at Cracker Barrel, share about it in the comments. But as far as my store was concerned, if one employee was racist, then you were fired. And even customers would passingly ask me if I was racist, which completely shocked me. I, aside from the fact that this was in Pennsylvania, why would you accuse me? I'm trying to help you. And what cause? So, aside from that, I mean, I get it. A store chain may have a history behind it, and I think racism is wrong in every conceivable way. But not every store is the same as the other. I mean, I have, I have a friend who refuses to go to Starbucks because he says that that the head of the company laughs at God. And I told him, not every employee that works there laughs at God too. Some of my friends who work there are Christians, and it didn't matter to him. If the manager was, I, I was, I guess I could say Christophobia, then I, then he was gonna boycott every single Starbucks, and not. I don't know if the head of Cracker Barrel was racist or not, but not every store is going to be the same way, and I don't. I mean, and for my friends and coworkers who use TikTok as their only resource, I to to say that every Cracker Barrel was racist, it was heartbreaking, and I sometimes wonder if it was one of I if it was one of the reasons I got accused 5 times, which thankfully 5 times they were wrong about it. I don't I mean I don't think it's the only reason, but it may have contributed. Number 2, bullying the Hayes family vlog. And I do go on YouTube. I've watched a lot of different channels. I I love watching the Hayes family vlog occasionally. I love how wholesome it is. I For those of you who don't know or don't really go on YouTube that much, the Hayes family vlog is a YouTube channel on the site that documents all the fun times a young girl named Malia has a in Disneyland, possibly Disney World, and she's been diagnosed with alopecia, which, if you don't know, is basically a loss of hair. It's not cancer. It's not the same as cancer, but it does have the same effects as chemotherapy. And this is basically well, I think at the current moment she's either 8 or 9, but earlier this year, someone made a TikTok video that accused the family of exploiting the cast members and faking this 8-year-old girl's disease. Each of the cast members spoke out against this video, but they couldn't save the family from the terrible comments of ignorant people who decided to harass them just because it was popular. That is beyond low to accuse a child or a parent of faking a disease without proof. So far it seems like the video has died down, but that was one of the worst things you could do to a family, especially when you accuse a child suffering from alopecia of faking it and going out of your way to bully the family just because a small TikTok video said so without research. I really hope that video has died down now. I've heard that the vlogger refuses to apologize for it, which on her or him, whoever made it. But yeah, you don't go accuse. Just because you see a video accusing a family of it, and you yourself don't know the facts about it, does not mean that you should go ahead and just bully them. I can't imagine what alopecia is like, but this is a little girl who's trying to live her life. And going out of your way to harass her and her parents, who are probably struggling with this and struggling with their everyday lives, How dare you? Don't just use TikTok as your only resource on knowing what's going on with a family. Which brings me to my third and final point, is the Helen Keller debate. How did this even turn into a debate? Maybe, just maybe, TikTok is not entirely responsible for this, but I think I've heard that it's contributed, but oh my gosh, how? How did her existence become a debate? So, a little background on how I got to know about this. So, I'm at work at Panera Bread. Nothing much is going on, and one of my coworkers and the head manager said that Helen Keller was fake. Part of me, I pretty much thought that the manager was joking, mainly because, well, that's him. He's always joking. If you ever meet him, he's a really nice guy. So, with my coworker, it just didn't seem possible that he'd ever say that or really think that that was true. However, recently, another one of my coworkers said the same thing. What? How? I've studied her since I was in 5th grade. The second time I was in 5th grade, watched Miracle Worker, read her autobiography, did a report about her, found and read countless books about her, found film footage of her on YouTube from the 1940s or 1950s, whatever year it was. And you can find that too. I'll put the links down below if you'd like. And where she does interviews, even verbally speaks, even though she cannot hear herself. And her birthplace, Ivy Green, is now a museum in Alabama. She's buried in the Washington National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., and the plaque inscription reads, Helen Keller and lifelong companion Anne Sullivan Macy are interred in the columbarium behind the chapel. And to this day, she is the hero to every blind, deaf, and any disability, really, that people look up to, because she overcame so much when all the odds were against her. How does it take less than a minute video to discredit her existence for everybody else? I feel like I could make, it's just so ridiculous. I feel like I could make a TikTok video that says, oh, Abraham Lincoln doesn't exist just because. Or, oh, George Orwell is not real just because. Or, what else could I say? Oh, Johnny Depp's not a real person just because. Full discredit, I know that all three are real people, or in two of the cases were real people. So, but you get my point. How is it that TikTok, you could say anything and people will believe it. What else can I say? What else can I say? The Captain Smith directly put Titanic in front of the iceberg. Or World War I was not real. Okay. I'll stop. But note my sarcasm on all of that. Okay. Just to clear everything in the air, I know that TikTok is not bad. Like I said, I like some of the videos that they make, but the fact that people use that as their only research, or their only source of research, absolutely disgusts me. Yes, videos can be helpful, but you need more than 30 seconds to give you all the facts. As much as I don't like it, I had to look up multiple books or articles in order to write fully about a subject I was given for school. And it was any subject. I had to look up articles for things like, I had to look up for Helen Keller was one of them, and I had to look up for, I had to look up for some of the stories I had to read. I had to look up about authors. I had to look up about people. I had to look up about abortion. I had to look up about more. So, no, you can't just use TikTok just for your only source of information. At this point, I'm so mad with what I call ignorant TikTok that from here on out I'm renaming it Squealer. I also known as the propagandist from a Animal Farm, or should I call it Big Brother from 1984? You tell me which one's better. I also I as a bonus round, I'm trying to figure out what to call good TikTok. The kind of TikTok that gives you fun videos to enjoy. I what would you call that? I Please leave in the comments below. I I and so yeah, I don't use Squealer or Big Brother for my research. I have to do more than just that, and I would suggest that you do too. I mean, if you want to use Squealer or Big Brother, fine. I but please also do not be afraid to research a subject or ask questions. Don't let one 30-second video easily persuade you. Okay, I I've already given you 3 examples of when Squealer and Big Brother was wrong and why. Research and questions are always important after, I mean, if you get information from Squealer or Big Brother. That's all I have to say. I hope you have a good day, and please read a little more.